In this video, I'll be showing you how to predict every single AUF for cubing. So I think it's quite important to know first what AUF is. So it stands for adjust upper face. So basically what that means is after you do your finishing alg for the cube, whether that is CLO or PLO, you usually have like a final move to do. And it's quite important to predict that move before you do the alg. That way you get like a smooth transition between the alg and stopping the timer instead of having a pause at the end, recognizing that last move. So in this video, I'll be showing you a really quick way to determine the AUF for every single algorithm. So first off, let's say we have the soon algorithm, which I'll put on the screen here. The first step of this process is to do the algorithm backwards first. So take its inverse. So from the soon, you get something like this. Now the second step is after we got the inverse, do the inverse to the cube first. So here it would be something like this. And now we see that sets up the actual alg, which is the soon. And from here what I'd like to do is look at the front color. So here I have green. And then find some green piece on the top layer. So here I have a few options. I can do this piece or this piece. I think I'll choose this piece because it's on the top layer, so it's easier to see. And that's pretty much it. This is my key piece. So every time I get a soon, remember this top right piece is the key piece. And every time I do the soon, this piece will jump down here. For example, if I do it here, I have no AUF. But let's say I had a case like this. Again, it's the same soon. But if this green jumps down here, it's not going to be solved. I need to do AUF. But since I know green is on the left, I can do a soon. This is going to jump down here, do a U. It's going to solve the puzzle. So yeah, the key is do the inverse and then find that key piece that goes to the front layer. And then every single time you should be able to predict where the key piece is going to go and what move to do during the alg. So what I like doing during my solves is basically when I have this CLO case, for example, I visualize this going down here, but during the alg, I figure out what the AUF is going to be. So before the alg, I know the green is going to be here. Let's do the alg first, and then think about it. Where's the green going to go? Realize that green's on the left, so we'll realize I have to do a U move at the end. So I like to visualize it before the alg, but then while I'm doing the alg, know what move to do. And then that works out pretty nicely. Here's another example. I have this very easy CLO case. So first off, we have the alg here. Let's do the inverse of the alg like that. Let's do it on the cube right now. Now that we have the inverse, look at the front color. We have green here, and I look for the key piece for this position. So in this position, I think it'll be this piece right here. It's in the front, so it's quite easy to recognize. So I just have to remember for this CLO case, I have to always look at this piece to predict AUF. So say we get this case, same exact CLO, but now the key piece is here. So now that green's going to be on the front here, but now I see blue's on the bottom. So now that I know that opposite colors are in front, after I do the alg, I must do a U2 to get this green all the way back here to this green. So as predicted, it was correct. Alright, so some cases aren't too easy. So for example, here's another CLO case. Let's first do the inverse, which goes like this. Now we notice that the front is green, and let's find the green pieces, but they're actually back here in the back. And that's not convenient to actually look at the back for the AUF, so that's not good. So there's 3 options here we can do. So first off, what we can do is maybe go for a side piece. For example, we can imagine the orange is here, going down here. That is a way you can predict AUF. For example, in this case, I see the reds are going to go down like this. And if I visualize red here, I now have to do a U prime for the AUF because the red's actually here. So this goes down here and do a U prime. Like that. Another thing I like doing is doing opposite colors. So for example here, I have the blue here. So what I can visualize is instead of the blue going down here, because that's actually not correct, it's the green that goes here. I can visualize that the opposite color of this is going to go down to the front. So for here, the green will go down here. And as you see, that's true. So for example, we have the CLO, same exact case. We have the green here, but now we can visualize the blue is going to be here after the alg because that's the opposite of green. So after the alg, we have to do U prime for the AUF. And that is correct. Then there's stuff like EG1, EG2, and some other algs. We have to be more creative with how we want to do the first layer stuff. For example, for EG1, the front 2 corners are already swapped on the bottom layer. So now we have 2 options for the front color, and it might be a bit confusing. So here you have several options of what you can do. First off, you can pick maybe one of these colors. I don't like this idea, but it could work. So maybe you can pick red here. And then you notice, okay, here's the top red piece. That's going to go down here, kind of. So here's an example. I have red here in the front, and I have this green that's going to go down. So when you have the green going down, that won't give you the correct AUF, but if you do a U move, that should put the green on the left, which is correct. So do the alg. And as predicted, AUF is a U. So that's quite simple. Something I think that's a bit better is imagine these corners are actually swapped. So the front color is actually still green. This way you can visualize this front bar going down to the front layer. And that should be the key piece for the AUF. So again, just visualize that these corners aren't swapped at all and that green's in front here, orange is on the left, and red is on the right. Here's an example. I have this same case. We can see blue's on the right and the left here, so we can visualize blue in the front here. Then we have the green, which goes down here. And since the blue is here and the green's here, just for the AUF we know it's a U2. Which is correct. For the final example, let's do an EG2 case this time. So here we have another student case. And here what I like to do is actually use the left corner as the basis. You could use the right corner as well, it's up to you. So here I can imagine the front being green, and then I see this green piece. So I can imagine the key piece of this student being this piece again. And you can see that works. So when I get a case like this, I already know that if I do a student, this green's going to jump down here. I'm going to have the reds here and the greens here. So I have to do a U to do the AUF. And that's correct. So yeah, a short video on predicting AUF. This should work on any event, not just 2x2. It should work on 3, 4, pyraminx, pretty much every event. So yeah, thanks for watching this video and hope it was helpful.